Welcome back. Now we continue with the structure of a book review. First of all, please do not use any subheadings. You're so welcome to have a nice, fine title, but no subheadings in short essays like this one. First of all, you start with the introduction, and as I mentioned earlier, you should present the title, the author, the genre, and a couple of sentences about the actual plot, the theme. Then you come to the body. Here is where you present information about the contents of the novel that you have read. Not much, just a little bit. And you also present your opinions about the book. Then you have the analysis and the evaluation. Here you can go into details about the setting, as I mentioned, or the characters, or the plot. And finally, you end up with the conclusion. Let's go into detail of this one. If you look at the introduction here, as I mentioned, once again, the basic information only. And secondly, the body. There are two main sections for this part. The first is an explanation of what the book is about. And the second is your opinion about the book and how successful it is. Of course, there is a slight difference between fiction and books that are non-fiction. Some of you choose to read biographies, and it is possible to write book reviews of them as well. But of course, you cannot discuss the setting when he's talking about it. But is it realistic? So for fiction or other creative writing, you should think about providing a brief description of the setting, the point of view, who tells the story, the protagonist, other major characters, the distinct mode of tone. But you don't need to go into depth, because that is what you will do in the next section. And you give a very, very concise plot summary. Not much. It's not supposed to be a summary of the whole story, just a concise short one of the major events. And if it's a non-fiction, for instance, some of you read Roald Dahl's life, then you present a general overview of the author's topic, the main points and arguments. You need not summarize every chapter or every angle or anything, just what you found interesting yourself. And if you found this man realistic. Now we come to the most interesting part, where you really can show that you can analyze and evaluate, where you can criticize a book, if you would like that. You have all the chances of presenting your personal opinions, but you need to support them with examples, not saying just like I like it or I don't like it. So some questions that you might want to consider. Did the author achieve his or her purpose? Do you find the writing effective, powerful, difficult, beautiful? What are the strengths and weaknesses of the book? And if it's a non-fiction, is he qualified enough to write about it? Do you agree with what he's saying? And what is your overall response to the book? Did you find it interesting? Moving? Dull? Remember to present why or why not. Would you recommend it to others? Why? Why not? So remember to always motivate your comments. So conclusion. Here you pull your thoughts together. Here you present the impression the book left you with. You really stress what you would like your reader to know about it. Like, for instance, The Fault in Our Stars. Many of you have read that book. One person says, the story blasts away the veil of secrecy and hooks you from the very beginning. That is a fantastic summary of a book. Of course, you want to read it when you see something like that. So, to write a book review, you need formal language. How to present opinions in academic writing. But that is something that I will present in another film further on. But it is important when you write that you learn to vary your language and use linking words. One example, for instance, is that many of you can write, I think that. Frankel presents weak arguments when he tries to prove his point. If we would turn this into formal language, we would say a second weakness in Frankel's writing is in the assumptions he sometimes makes to prove his point. You see, both of these sentences are totally correct, but the second one proves that you know English a little bit more on depth. So this is how you can improve during the course, even if you know English fluently and you can listen and talk and you have no problems with it. But then I really suggest you really focus on varying your language and using linking words. And in the next little film that you will see, you will learn from good examples of good book reviews that I really would like you to take some time to read, because they will help you so much when it's time for you to read write your own book reviews. So, see you soon.